Welcome back to This Week in the USHL. I'm very pleased to have joining us in the alumni segment this week, forward from the University of Minnesota-Duluth Bulldogs, Jack Connolly. Jack, welcome to the program.
Hey, thanks a lot. Thanks for having me.
As a junior this year, you're currently tied for fifth in scoring nationally, 35 points in 25 games, and you've had an opportunity to play in your hometown of Duluth and seen a transition this year from the old deck to a brand new arena.
Yeah, it's been a great experience. The new building's got quite an atmosphere in it, and it's just a nice place to be playing in right now.
Any particular pressure having the opportunity to play in your hometown in terms of ticket demands and friends and family at times when there's a big WCHA series, or is that something you're coping with?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, it's definitely an honor playing in front of my hometown fans, and obviously in front of my parents. They get to see me almost every weekend, so it's definitely fun playing in front of them. But I think it's really only my aunt and uncle and my parents in town, so the tickets aren't too bad. But yeah, I do have to sometimes get some from other players for other guys coming to town or other friends that I got. But yeah, it's definitely been a blast playing here in Duluth in front of all my friends and family.
And as far as your teammates, I imagine that you're kind of a tour guide for local places of interest and some of the nuances and culture of Duluth. I've been up there several times, and I think it's a pretty cool city. I've always enjoyed my trips up there to the banks of Lake Superior.
Yeah, it's definitely a cool city. Obviously right there on the lake. With the big hill, it's kind of got a nice scenic view to it. And yeah, definitely the guys on the team. If they ever have any problems on places to eat or directions on where to go to certain places, they'll always ask me or pick my brain about that kind of stuff. So. Yeah, it's nice to help out whenever I can to the guys that aren't too familiar with the town, but it's definitely a cool place to play hockey, and it's been a blast to be able to grow up in this kind of town.
Absolutely. Who needs a GPS when you got Jack Connolly?
Yeah, that's right.
Put the pressure on you there. Yeah, All-American last season as a sophomore, outstanding year, better than a point a game, 49 and 40. Remarkably consistent through your college career, 113 points in 108 collegiate games. And you picked right back up this season, as has your team, Jack. You're currently number 5 in the nation and have really built things up there. And just to talk a little bit about your coach who we've had on the program and how things have evolved and things have come together. You've really, I think, kind of wake up the echoes of some of the glory days of UMD hockey going back to when I was first traveling out there with Boston University around the time of Tom Curvers and Brett Hull and some of those stars.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, UMD, some people may think, they've been down for the past couple of years, but I feel like we're kind of bringing the program back a little bit. Obviously, we got some high-end guys with the Mike Connollys and the Justin Fontaines, and then we got, like our new guys coming in, like the Justin Fulks and those kind of guys. So we're getting some higher-end players to bring the program back a little bit. Obviously, we got great goaltending with our two goalies and Kenny and Aaron Crandall there. I mean, yeah, it's been a good season so far, and we're just trying to build on it. We're just trying to go to the rink every day, work hard, and try to get better in practice, and then carry that on to the games. So it's been fun playing for Coach Vanlin, Larson, and Plant this year, and they let you kind of be creative. As long as you're working hard, they let you kind of do your thing, and they throw in a couple systems things here and there, but other than that, they kind of just let you go and play the game of hockey. So it's been a lot of fun, and we've had a good first half, and hopefully we can keep it going here in the second half down the home stretch into the postseason.
And a lot of company in terms of familiar faces from the USHL as it is throughout college hockey, particularly in the WCHA, where there are now 154 USHL alumni currently on rosters in the conference, and just on your own team, 14 USHL alumni currently playing. So I'm sure those are guys that you are familiar. You might have spent time either playing with or certainly playing against over the course of your time in the USHL.
Definitely. I mean, everywhere I look on, whether it's North Dakota or Denver or Mankato, whoever, the Gophers, whoever it may be, I mean, I'm seeing guys that I played against in the USHL all over the place, and I think it was a great league. I mean, it was a great league to help me develop my play as a hockey player, and it helped make that step from high school to college a lot easier. I thought the jump from high school to juniors was actually a lot harder than the one from juniors to college. So I think it helped me acclimate myself to the speed of the game, and help me make those small area plays and think a little bit faster than I used to in high school. So it was definitely a great league to polish off my skills and then just make me an overall better hockey player. And I mean, it's got a great reputation for a junior league. It's one of the best junior leagues in the country, and obviously a lot of guys think that with going through the USHL and then they're having success in their college season. So I think it's a great thing to do if you're looking to be better as a hockey player.
No, absolutely. That's an interesting observation. Being a Minnesotan and a Minnesota high school hockey player, there's been maybe a little bit of a reluctance among the Minnesota public high school players, more so than some from Mass or Michigan and other parts of the country, that extra step of junior hockey, that extra kind of PG year in the USHL is necessary. But from what you said, it was extremely valuable. And case in point, the one that you just made about the transition being more difficult from college to USHL than the USHL to college because of the fact that USHL had you so much better prepared for what you were going to be up against.
Definitely. I mean, yeah, Minnesota, obviously, their thing is the high school hockey, and it's pretty big thing out here, and it's definitely fun. I mean, I played 3-4 years of it, and it was definitely a blast. Got a chance to go down to the XL Energy Center and play in a few state tournaments, and those were great memories for me. But the Michigans and maybe the Illinois and all those, they don't really have as strong of high school programs, and they more go the AAA, the midget route. And then after that, for them, a lot of guys their next step would be juniors, and that's just kind of second nature to them. A lot of people from Minnesota, they're not sure if they want to just go to juniors after high school or just be done with it and go play somewhere else or anything. But I was definitely looking forward to going and trying the junior life, and it definitely paid off for me, I feel.
Well, it certainly paid off for you and for the Sioux Falls Stampede. Just to take a look at your numbers from the 07-08 season, you tied for the league lead in scoring, 72 points, got a plus 18 in 58 games, scored a goal in each of your first 2 games. You got out of the gate strong, finished the regular season on a team with your team leading 5-game goal streak. And in terms of league honors, the accolades just kept on coming. You were the league rookie of the year, all first team, all rookie, and a special honor. You were recognized by USA Hockey, the David Tyler Junior Player of the Year Award. And I suspect that attracted a great deal of college attention. What about some of the decisions you were faced and offers? Did you kind of click your heels together, kind of like the Wizard of Oz, and say there was no place like home?
Yeah, a little bit. I actually UMD was pretty much the only team that I talked to. I talked to them, right out of high school. They were showing a little bit of interest because they've been watching me up here playing high school. And they actually, they happened to offer me before I headed up, made my trip out to Sioux Falls, and I jumped all over it. It was one of my top places I wanted to play, and I felt it'd be great to play in front of my hometown fans and my family and things like that. And I really wanted to take it because I wasn't sure how I was going to do in juniors, and I wasn't sure if I was going to go out to Sioux Falls and not have the greatest year and come out of there with nothing, and then look back and see that I passed up an offer from UMD. So I didn't want to put myself in that position, and I felt like it was a place that I wanted to play and spend my college time at. So I went ahead and took that, and I think it let me be a little bit more relaxed in the junior game. I just got to go out and play, knowing where I'll be after my junior career. So it allowed me to go out there and play the way I normally do and be more relaxed and just play the style of play that I do. So I didn't really talk to a whole lot of other teams. I think they kind of knew that I was already committed to one, so I think they kind of just backed off, I guess. But who knows who would have talked to me if I hadn't been committed if going into juniors. So either way, it worked out, and I'm pretty happy with where I'm at right now.
Yeah, it's too bad you lost out maybe on a couple of recruiting weekends you could have had. You might have met your future wife or something,
Yeah, exactly.
At planned for Coach Kevin Hartzell. We interviewed him earlier this season on This Week in the USHL, and really the stat of note with Kevin, and I keep coming back to this one. I just really, truly remarkable, Jack. 15 of his former players, including yourself, are wearing a C or an A in their collegiate programs this season, and that's just an amazing tribute to not just obviously the X's and O's and systems and what you learn at hockey, but Kevin Hartzell is really turning out some role models and really turning out some leaders at the next level, and that's outstanding.
Oh, it's unbelievable. I mean, Coach Hartzell was, one of the best, if not the best coach, I've ever played under. I mean, the way he goes about things, the way he goes about the game is just, it's unbelievable. He really dissects the game in a way that you wouldn't think, and he makes things easy for you, and then he points out things that you're doing wrong when you're not doing so well. So he also lets you be, very individual and lets you be creative on the ice, and he knows your style of play. He studies his players, and he knows each player's style of play, and he lets them play to their strengths. And he also he produces leaders. He talks about actions off the ice as well, and just being good people, not just being good hockey players, but being good people as well off the ice. And he stressed that a lot out in Sioux Falls, and I think that that rubbed off on a lot of guys that he's coached, and it looks like it's turned out pretty well for them in the college game as well.
No, indeed, and turned out pretty well, to say the least, for you and your hometown Bulldogs, and the stretch run commencing the college hockey season, league play really taking over the schedule here. We head into late January, into February, and the jockeying for position in all the league races, WCHA, no exception. And Jack, we want to thank you for spending the time with us, and also wish you and the Bulldogs the best in luck in your new arena out there. Hopefully you'll be making some new memories in your new arena as you move along toward the playoff run.
All right, thank you very much. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Jack Connolly, the junior forward for the University of Minnesota-Duluth Bulldogs, in our USHL alumni segment here on This Week in the USHL.